Hey everyone, meteorologist Sabrina Bates here on the last Saturday of the year of 2023. Oh, it is echoing for me. Hold on. There we go. I'm having some issues here with my Facebook Live. It was echoing there for a second. Back to myself. I think we're okay now. Hopefully I got this to work okay. I hit a button wrong, so bear with me here, everyone. Hope you all have had a great start to your weekend. Temperatures were a bit chilly today, you could say, earlier on, but I'd say by the time we got to the afternoon, I barely needed a jacket outside. It was feeling a lot nicer out there. But we are ending the year pretty cold, and we are starting the year pretty chilly too. Temperatures are going to be dropping. We have a cold front moving in, no precipitation with it, but it is going to drop our temperatures from in the 60s today to the 40s for tomorrow. 40s for the 1st, January 1st. That means if you are ringing in the new year, maybe at a friend's house, maybe out somewhere in Oklahoma City, wherever it may be, somewhere in Oklahoma, it'll be pretty cold. We'll be in the 20s, we'll be in the 30s. Comment any questions you may have. I'm hoping I'm going to be able to see them okay. Like I said, I'm having some technical difficulties on my end. I hit a button that I should not have. So hopefully we're able to go through the forecast here. We go throughout tonight. And you can see those temperatures. They're cold. They're not anything different than really where we should be from this time of year. Slightly warmer than where we should be, you could say. But it'll feel cold, especially because it has been some time since we've seen these colder temperatures in the afternoons especially. So 30s overnight for tonight. And then during the day for tomorrow, 3 big things that you'll really pay attention to, that you'll notice a difference. One, temperature is much cooler. Clouds and a breezy northerly wind. Not going to be overly windy, but you're looking at a wind 15 to 20 miles an hour, plus clouds, plus the cool temperatures. It is just going to be feeling pretty cold outside. So keep that in mind for tomorrow. It is New Year's Eve, but I know most of our plans on New Year's Eve happen to be in the evening, overnight, all of that. So if you are going to be celebrating the new year, let's say in the evening, closer to 8 o'clock, you're looking at the temperature in the mid-30s. By midnight, we're around 30. And then by early Monday morning, let's say instead you are getting up early, maybe you're still up, maybe you're still out from the night before, we'll be in the 20s. When you take a look at that wind chill, though, it just feels so chilly outside. So you're looking at tomorrow evening, already feeling like we're in the 30s. But then we get closer to midnight and we are feeling like we are in the 20s outside. I'd even say potentially some low 20s, really depending on where you are in spots across Oklahoma. But generally expect feeling like the 20s at midnight. It'll be breezy again at times, so you'll feel that cold. I feel like a lot of times when the winds are pretty calm outside and you have that cold temperature, it just doesn't feel as cold. It's that wind that could just, the slightest breeze, make it feel so much chillier outside. Then we get into the early part of January 1st, and we're still feeling like we are in the 20s. So it'll be feeling pretty cold out there once again for ringing in the new year at midnight, or even let's say you're celebrating even earlier tomorrow on New Year's Eve, maybe have kiddos and stuff like that. So it'll be cold New Year's Eve. It'll be cold New Year's Day. And the thing is, the temperatures stay pretty cold for that first week of January, first week of the new year. So obviously New Year's Eve tomorrow on Sunday, and then those temperatures drop once again a bit more, even so for Monday the 1st. But even Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, we go throughout the week. Instead of seeing those 50s and 60s return, we're looking at a lot more of those temperatures just, hanging out in the 40s, which is normal and seasonal for this time of year. It's not absurdly cold. It'll just feel pretty cold outside, especially because of how, chilly, or how warm rather it's been, and hasn't been so chilly really all across the state. It's been one of the warmest Decembers on record across Oklahoma. So it's been warm. January, we're going to see that change. And I think we'll see some of that colder air really as we continue for the first few weeks of January as well. I'm trying to see if there's any questions here. I see more folks tuning in. Hello, hello. Like I said, I pressed some buttons I shouldn't have this time, so I might not be able to see all of your comments. I'm hoping they're able to come through. I see more people tuning on, saying hello, tuning in from, let's see, Enid. We got Midwest City, OKC. Hope y'all have had a great start to your weekend, like I said. Jack asking about tornadoes in January. Keep in mind, usually when we talk about tornadoes, that's not something we could necessarily put a number on or anything for each month. So keep that in mind when we talk about each sort of severe, each month in terms of severe weather and all that. That's not something you can really pinpoint or put a number on. When we take a look at the next 5 days, like I said, you're looking at, here we go. Temperatures that are pretty cold. You can see we're going to be pretty chilly as we go. Essentially overnight will be a lot of 20s below freezing, afternoons in the 40s, but these are slightly colder than normal actually. Usually in the mornings we should be in the upper 20s, afternoons in the upper 40s, so slightly colder than normal actually, even though it's been above normal for so long. And you'll take a note here, Tuesday, a little bit of a rain snow mix. So we actually have a weather system moving through Tuesday into very early Wednesday. Right now this is trending slightly drier than what it has been. So I have it about a 30% chance, or your best chance for seeing any of that precipitation will be along I-40 and north. Of course, far northern Oklahoma, northwestern Oklahoma has that better chance for seeing some very light snow accumulation. Nothing is looking major yet, and especially because it is trending downwards in terms of moisture. But something that we are keeping an eye on, again, Tuesday into Wednesday. And then once again, a few days after that, Friday into Saturday, that we're watching too. And keep in mind, all during that time frame, the temperatures are getting colder. So as we go farther into January, we will have to watch more of these snow, rain events to see the impacts that we could be having. The last few ones that we've seen with any sort of snow in here and rain hasn't been too impactful. One, the ground has been warm, temperature has just been warm overall. So again, something we'll be watching here as we go farther into the new year and everything like that. I'll give a few more seconds here, a few more minutes, I guess I should say, for any more questions or anything like that. We still have a few more minutes on ABC. We have the Lions-Cowboys game on, so maybe some folks are watching that. We'll take a look here at our temperature outlook as we go farther into the new year. Trying to make sure y'all could see it here. So 8 to 14 day temperature outlook. Trying to make sure y'all could see it. A-okay. So on the left-hand side, that's your temperature. So that's for the second week of January. Crazy to think we're talking about January already, right? So January 7th to the 13th. Temperatures look pretty close to normal for us here across the Central Plains. Maybe slightly cooler than normal towards western Oklahoma and the Panhandle, but not by much. So that does mean as we go into January, it doesn't necessarily mean really cold, but that does mean those temperatures that are in the 40s, upper 40s, that we really haven't been seeing a ton of. And I know a lot of people wondering, why can't we just stick with our great weather, the 50s and 60s? We need at least some sort of cold in here to sort of like keep our climate just the way it is here in Oklahoma without majorly changing it, of course. You need it for the bugs, you need it for just our plants here in the state, for what they're able to sustain and really handle and everything. We don't want to change anything too much with what's going on here, of course, in Oklahoma. So we need the cold, so we don't change the climate all that too much from what it normally has been. Take a look at the right-hand side, though, and that is our precipitation during that time frame. January is pretty dry. Usually, this is hinting at slightly wetter than normal conditions. That's not going to be much, but it is hinting to us at least a bit more than where we typically may be for January. So that means snow, rain, all of that. Jack asking about the 10:30 newscast tomorrow night. You will actually catch KOCO 5 News at 9 o'clock tomorrow instead of at 10 because of New Year's Rockin' Eve and everything. Of course, with the East Coast being an hour ahead, all of the news will air at 9 o'clock instead of at 10 for tomorrow. So a little programming note there. We have about a minute or so left in this NFL game on ABC, so we'll be hopping on there very soon. I hope you all have a great rest of your Saturday. Again, going to be cold to end 2023, cold to start 2024. If you are celebrating New Year's Eve tomorrow, make sure that you stay safe and all of that. Stay warm too. Hope you all have a great rest of your weekend. I will see you all over on KOCO tonight and back here on Facebook tomorrow night.